we seem to be having quite a terrible thing happening to us this week, right? Another military operation, aka we don't know what for how long, and we don't even know the purpose of it. That could bring anybody out of balance. It does bring everybody out of balance. We might not be processing it, but deep down, all we feel is, whoa, what does that mean? And they've been fed with a narrative of World War III so much that anything that happens, we immediately assume the worst. Does it sound familiar? What do you do with this? I mean, if you were to look into this as if it indeed this is started World War III, then you probably will go into a panic mode. You're probably going to start hoarding. You probably wouldn't know what to hoard because you don't know what supply chains are going to be disrupted. You probably don't know who to fear, who is your enemy, who is your friend. We don't know any of this. So World War III scenario and preparing for it is probably not the best idea at the moment. It's definitely not the best idea if you're trying to keep your center. And how do you keep your center? Easier said than done. Keeping the center is a constant job, just to let you know. It's not something that you do your om, you do your namaste, you do a tree pose, and voila, your center is done and dusted. Not quite. Sometimes you have to adjust in every situation and keep your center in every situation. So you walk down the street and all of a sudden you started feeling uncomfortable. Why are you feeling uncomfortable? You step yourself a step back, rewind the thought process and realize, oh, you thought about toilet paper, you remembered Corona, you got the panicky mode, you wanted to go straight away to the shops to get extra toilet paper, and you realize that you can't. There's other things that's going on in your life, and going to the shop is not something that you planned. But all of this happened in a millisecond when you lost your balance. So the best way to deal with this is rewind, look, observe, and say, okay, so I'm making a decision based on the past, based on the fact that something happened at that stage that was not predictable, was not acceptable to me, was scary. And now you project that same thought, that same idea into now. Does it belong there? Most likely not. Even the shortages of toilet paper during the Corona, nobody could predict, right? They just happened. All of a sudden, people got very upset and paranoid about shortages of toilet paper. So it created a crisis of toilet paper. But it was not based on anything that had happened in the past. It was just a momentary thing that you could react or not. And by the way, during that crisis, I did not buy a single extra pack of toilet paper, and we survived as a family just fine. There was toilet paper. You didn't need to hoard, but we were all so engrossed into this fear narrative that it became the prevailing thought. And it's the same right now. If you're walking down the street and you're feeling very upset about the world situation right now, and you switch on to the Tanaka last time you were upset, which was during Corona time, for example, and you're trying to pile up Corona fears and Corona traumas or whatever you have on top of what's happening right now, you're going to feel very unbalanced. So now you recognized all of this. What now? And me as a holistic life coach, I would suggest, okay, first and foremost, breathe. It's going to be very difficult to do any thought processes if you don't take a deep breath. In and out. A couple of times, as deep as you can. So that there's air going on to your brain, so that blood going there, so the fear does not feel so overwhelming, because the fear would sit somewhere down, deeper in the body. And so you first need to get some air for your brain to start thinking a little more clearly. And then you start unthinking and changing the thoughts. Okay, so it did happen in Corona. Was I really that affected? Was it really that bad? Was toilet paper really the end of the world? If there isn't toilet paper, is it? Is this a problem? And this way, you first of all address the panic thought that you have thought, so it doesn't control you. Okay, and now you thought about it and you calm down a bit more, and then now I know what the world situation hasn't changed. No, but what you did in this moment, is gave up your desire to be controlled by the world situation. So you stepped aside, you looked at it, and you're like, it is a narrative that I choose not to have control me. And that's takes practice. It takes observing a lot of your thoughts. It takes backtracking to everything that makes you upset and being honest with yourself. Because if you're hiding what's making you upset, then obviously this technique is not going to work. But if you honestly say, why am I upset? What's happening? And if it doesn't come, nothing comes, the panic just taking everything away from your thoughts. Breathe some more. Find a place where you find peaceful. Put your hand on the heart so that you feel being touched. And in that feeling, you bring yourself down away from the fearful thought. And process. And once you process, you will feel better. I promise. My name is Elena Zalesniak. I'm a holistic life coach. And I would love to see you in a session with me. Thank you.